Welcome aboard the BESETO Express. We'll cover 3 countries: Beijing in China, Seoul in Korea, and Tokyo in Japan. Together we'll explore the culture of BESETO. All aboard the BESETO Express.
Whether east or west, the biggest events of life are birth, death, and marriage. Among them, marriage is the most elaborate and celebrated event. The 3 Beseto countries all have their own unique marriage tradition. Chinese marriages are becoming more and more westernized. Formalities and prestige are emphasized in Japanese marriages. And weddings in Korea are a harmony of traditional and modern styles. Let's begin our look into Beseto's marriage culture.
Hello everyone, my name is Doris Han, your co-host of BESETO Express.
And I'm Jeff Krause.
On today's journey, we're going to take a look at the unique wedding traditions of the BESETO region.
Just to get you in the mood a little bit more, we decided to dress up like a beautiful bride and a pretty handsome groom.
Since we're all dressed up, why don't we go?
What was the Korean traditional wedding like? In Korean marriages, each ceremonial ornament has a significant meaning. When the wedding starts, wooden cranes are included to wish the couple everlasting love and happiness together. The groom's costume also has a special meaning. It is the wardrobe that used to be worn by high government officials. Even if the groom was a poor farmer, he was able to wear this wardrobe and become the most honored person, at least on the day of his wedding. That was the same for the costume of the bride. The nokwansam was originally only worn by the aristocracy, but on the day of the wedding, any bride could decorate herself with this wardrobe and a jokduri. To wish the new couple good luck, even the place of the wedding, the chorecheong, was carefully considered. The bamboo and pine trees of the chorecheong and even the chicken that was laid on the choresang were all there to wish the couple happiness and health. The highlight of the wedding was when the couple divided the calabash and drank wine out of it together in the last moments of the ceremony. Now, let's find out how the Japanese traditional wedding was held. There are 2 types of traditional Japanese weddings. One is the Shindo style and the other is the Buddhist style. But the Shindo style, which is the folk religion of Japan, was dominant. Here, the manager of a Shindo temple, the Shinju, administered the wedding ceremony. The groom's wardrobe is called the Monksuki Hakama, which was a type of formal dress worn by men in traditional ceremonies. The bride's dress, called the Chunokakushi, symbolized the bride's purity and will to obey her husband. What about China's traditional wedding? There are 2 major characteristics. First, the wedding was held at night. This symbolized a bright and new marriage could brighten up the darkness of life. Secondly, most ornaments used in the wedding were red in color. That is because the color red symbolized joy and luck in China. In Korea, there is a unique custom that is held before the wedding called ham. Let's find out about that.
신랑의
네.
사주를 사주라고도 하고 사성이라고도 하는데 보면은 이거를 5칸으로 접어가지고 신랑이 태어난 해, 월, 일, 시를 기록하는 거예요. 그래서 이제 이 사주함에다가 넣는데 이것만 넣지 말고 또 넣을 게 있어요.
네.
우리나라는 그 가장 중요한 게 황금 쌍가락지를 꼭 혼인식에는 쓰게 돼 있어요. 이거 한번 꺼내 보실까요?
네.
네, 이렇게 꺼내면
홍색이죠,
네,
홍색.
네, 홍색. 그렇죠. 태양을 상징하고 양을 상징하기 때문에 홍색이에요. 신부는 이제 이렇게 청색에다가 홍색 간지로 싸고 청색 실로 동신결하고 색을 먼저
This custom of sending the sajuham before the marriage and sending the napeham as a sort of wedding shower is a process of recognizing that the couple is a well-made match and also a practice to stop all misfortune the couple may face in the future.
그리고 이제 그 다음에 이거를 뚜껑을 가볍게 닫고 그리고 함을 지고 갈 때는
네.
우선 한 마을에서
네.
청년이 이제 혼인식을 하고 나면은 어른 되죠. 그래서 어른 됐다라는 거를 동네에다가 알리는 의미로 함 사세요. 그리고 크게 한번 해보세요.
함 사세요.
네, 그렇게 크게 외치면서 가는 거예요. 네. 이 끈을 함을 지고 가는
This
사람을
custom is
위해서
traditionally carried out at night. It's quite similar to the Western tradition of celebrating the eve of a festival. Weddings can tell a lot about a nation's custom or character of its people. In a village in France, the wedding couple bicycles to the place of the wedding, and the mother enters the ceremony with her son, and the couple gets married while sitting. There's even a place where the officiating pastor delivers the wedding presents. Some even sign a marriage contract in the church. And in Hawaii, the officiator of the wedding sings. In some parts of Britain, the participants of the wedding must wash their own dishes. Let's see how the modern wedding is carried out in BESETO countries. The symbol of wedding in China is a design made of a combination of two Chinese characters. This design can be found everywhere in a wedding. The couple are made to pop balloons in the entrance of the wedding hall. This is because the word to break has the same pronunciation as the word for well-being. However, Chinese weddings are becoming more and more westernized, such as the wearing of the white wedding dress versus the traditional red-colored dress of the bride. Weddings in China nowadays issue marriage certificates. This custom was made after the communist government took power. After that, the couple must bow to each other 3 times. This is called sambai. There is also an event of presenting a lock and key. This signifies the will to keep love tight as a lock. Another special characteristic of the Chinese wedding is that, other than the officiator who issues the marriage certificate, there is another master of ceremonies who reads out the congratulatory address. After the congratulatory address, the Dongfang Huazhu event follows. After that, a wine called Jiao Beizhu is drank. A bow is given to the mother of the groom, and flowers and tea are also presented to show appreciation.
那么现在一般的年轻人呢，还是喜欢这种就是叫中西合璧式的这样一种方式啊，两个人四目相视是吧？肩贴着肩，这喝交杯酒，一般是3拜了，甚至呢鞠一个躬啊，这是一个很传统的拜天地。
After the wedding ceremony is over, the wedding reception is held in the same place. The bride and groom feed sweets to the guests and friends, and the bride may also offer to light the cigarettes of the groom's friends. This is a type of declaration event to be wished goodwill in the future by their guests. Since Chinese people are cheerful and spirited by nature, alcohol is never missing in a wedding reception. A glass of wine is usually drank in one gulp at these times. As weddings become more westernized, individuals' character and economic ability are more important than family status. Now let's find out about marriages in Japan. Holding weddings in churches is a popular way of marriage in Japan nowadays. Many people wanting to do that believe a church wedding looks fancy. Being a member of the church is not important. Another special characteristic of the Japanese wedding is that the wedding ceremony is considerably short. It usually takes just 20 minutes for all the ceremonial processes to be over. Weddings are also held in other places, even in a fancy hotel lobby. This shows the changing thoughts in Japan's younger generation.
最近は家と家とのつながり以上に個人と個人自分が好きになったからっていうその自分を中心とした部分の中での結婚が執り行われてきているので形式的なものにのっとる必要性というものを必要としなくなってきた部分が多いのではないかと思います。
Only those invited are allowed to participate in weddings in Japan. That's why the invitees must tell whether they will be participating or not beforehand. As you enter the reception hall, you must show your invitation, a requisite to maintain an elaborate and fancy wedding. That's why many couples first start living together and then hold their weddings after they saved enough money to hold the reception. In Japanese weddings, where formality and prestige is emphasized, seating arrangements are also strictly followed. Family members sit in the back part of the reception hall, and superiors or colleagues and other guests are seated up front. Another characteristic of the Japanese wedding is that the receptions go on for a while. During this time, the bride changes her dress 3 to 4 times. The reason Japanese wedding receptions are held for such a long time is because of the number of speeches that are given. All the guests must come forward one by one according to their sitting arrangements and give a congratulatory speech. After the long speeches are over, a party takes place. This is when laughter and cheers are first heard in weddings of Japan, which are famous for being quiet and formal. When the party is over, the bride and groom present flowers and gifts to their parents. This is when the bride should shed a tear of joy of finally being married. As the guests leave, however, the atmosphere once again grows formal as they walk past a traditionally styled sign with the couple's last names only written on it.
日本古来の伝統にあまり頼らずに、外国のしきたりとかそういったものを取り入れて自分たちなりのオリジナルウェディングをする方が多くなっています。
What about the modern Korean wedding? Korean weddings are crowded with relatives who've come from everywhere. Koreans strongly believe that when sorrow is shared, it is halved, and when joy is shared, it is doubled. The groom, who has finished getting ready, greets the guests as they enter. All the guests are seated with great anticipation of a wonderful wedding. When the wedding starts, the groom enters first. He is then followed by his lovely bride, who enters with the father. They enter together to show the family's love for the bride. She is the most precious person of the wedding. Also, in Korean weddings, red and blue candles are always lit. This was done since long ago to wish the couple good fortune in the future. In the last moments of the wedding, the mood of the ceremony reaches its peak. Not only for the bride and groom, but everybody inside the wedding hall sends their congratulations and wishes the couple good luck in the future.
새로운 가정을 꾸며 두 사람을 더욱더 지켜봐 주시고 앞날을 축복해 주시기 바랍니다. 기쁠 때나 힘이 들 때 그들을
Everyone applauds the couple as if it were their own wedding. The bride and groom walk around the tables to thank people for coming.
예전에는 그 동네 단위로 이루어지던 축제 문화를 계승한다는 그런 차원이 있고요. 그리고 또 다른 것은 그 어려운 일이나 좋은 일이 있을 때 서로 힘을 나누고 부조를 해주는 어떤 부조의 문화가 담겨져 있다고 할 수 있습니다.
Wow, finally the wedding's all over.
No, Jeff, I don't think it's over quite yet.
Really? But I just saw the bride and groom walk out.
Well, I just saw the bride and groom change clothes and go into this room here.
Really?
Let's go take a peek inside.
Okay.
This custom is called pebek and is actually a continuation of the wedding ceremony. It's a unique custom found in no other country. Then, what significance does this custom have?
시댁 그 시부모님과 시댁의 그 신랑의 형제들 그리고 친척들을 모시고 상견례를 하는 것이 이제 패백리의 의미입니다. 또 혹은 이제 대추와 밤을 곁들여도 되고 헌수를 해야 하기 때문에 술을 준비합니다. 혈연을 이어달라 하는 의미로 대추를 시아버님이 하사하는 것이 하나의 패백리의 아주 중요한 의미가 되겠습니다.
The wedding receptions of Korean weddings are focused on the friends of the bride and groom. Friends decorate the reception hall in their own special ways and greet the bride and groom. It is here where the cheerful mood of the wedding comes to its fruition. After the reception is over, the friends send the couple off onto their honeymoon.
Right now is what the Koreans call ibaji umshik. When the newlyweds return from their honeymoon, the bride's family prepare a special meal to send over to the husband's house. This way, both families can share good recipes as well as good friendship.
Really? Wow. Well, we should get going then. We're pretty busy. Come on.
Jeff, where are you going?
That's right. We should end for here. So for BESETO Express, I'm Jeff Krause.
I'm the better half, Doris Han. Until next time, so long.
See you later. Bye-bye.
In one word, the Korean wedding is a festival, and in it you can find harmony of both traditional and modern weddings. Most importantly, the love and care between the newlyweds can be felt by all.